They drop from the mother tree to the ground. In their heavy green shells they ripen. Hazelnuts fall along the cattle paths. Autumn winds are crisp and sharp, refreshing, and a need for sweater or jacket. Sounds in the air are shouts on football fields, with touchdowns, cheerleaders, drums, the smell of popcorn. Warm days and cool nights in the Kentucky's autumn has reason. It brings magical touches to maple trees. Their leaves become a red and golden hue. They flutter to ground where the fields hold pumpkins, baskets of apples, and bales of hay. Winter in Kentucky brings freezing temperatures, frozen lakes, ice skating, ice fishing, smoke swirling from chimneys, heavy snowfalls from dark winter skies. Winds blow fiercely. In swirls they form a white skirt at the base of a maple tree. Farmers can be seen in Kentucky's winter drawing syrup into the buckets from the same tree. The syrup becomes Kentucky's famous sorghum molasses. Spring comes into Kentucky with bursts of energy, melting the frozen soil into a warm, soft earth. It was in the wind. I could feel it. I could taste it. I could see it. And it was beautiful to me. Spring brings back life to our world. Rain comes in a downpour, drenching newly leafed trees. The earth rain gives drink to the tulips, to the violets, forsythia. Calendars are turned into the month of May. Hills are alive with the white dogwoods and redbud trees in full bloom. The wild crabapple blossoms flutter to the ground like pink seashells. The weeping willow's narrow branches finger the wind tenderly. Deep purple violets lay nestled in the Kentucky bluegrass. Only in the spring, only in Kentucky, then the first Saturday in the month of May, is the running of the horses in the Kentucky Derby. The overturned earth gives a sweet scent. A thoroughbred horse's hoofs race to win the roses, and the sound of my old country home rings in the air. Only in the spring, in my Kentucky, from my birth to childhood to old adult, these have been my things, my life. From the nestling birds to the flowering trees, the rivers, the creeks, I learned of God's goodness. I learned of His miracles. For me, my greatest miracle has been my babies, and their babies in my life. What fun and happiness they all have given me. I rest now at the feet of Jesus, but my spirit remains here in these hills of Kentucky, but I still have my babies in my heavenly heart until we meet again. This was written by Bernadine Jane Bingham Ogden. A beautiful piece of work about her life in Kentucky. And you too, as a Kentuckian, can have your soul touched by the Lord, by the hearing of these words and remembering the 4 seasons and what they meant to you. Reading by John Stevenson, former Superintendent of Education, Commonwealth of Kentucky, the old country boy. The beauty of a life spent in service for God and humanity. There's nothing in this world more beautiful than a life spent in unselfish service to others. Sometimes it may seem to the world that a life is humble and lowly and of not much value. But there are many instances where these lives are like the modest violet, sending out a beauty and fragrance that is appreciated by both God and man. The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. We are all stewards. There is not an owner anywhere of anything. God alone owns. He estimates our gifts for the advancement of his cause, not by their size, but by what we have left. May we labor on, seeking not for glory and applause, knowing that he who clothes the lilies of the field and hears the ravens when they cry will richly repay. Oh, the wrongs that we may righten. Oh, the hearts that we may lighten. Oh, the skies that we may brighten, helping just a little. In the field of destiny, we shall reap as we have sown. Let us therefore put a little sunshine into the unfortunate lives. Our mercies are doubly sweet when they are shared with those who would otherwise feel the bitternesses of want. Big deeds are often glass, while the small ones are diamonds. Wrought into gold, we that pass down life's hour so carelessly might make the dusty way a path of flowers if we would try. Then every gentle deed we've done or kind word given into gold would make us wondrous rich in heaven. Life and living are mighty themes. Life is no mere dream, but a sincere reality, and a supreme stewardship of which we shall one day have to render an account. Hence, let us all faithfully strive to fulfill life's greatest purpose. Build a little fence of trust around today. Fill the space with living deeds and therein stay. Look not through the sheltering bars upon tomorrow. God will help you to bear the burdens of others for him along life's way. Without the shadow, we would not appreciate the sunshine. Clouds need not eclipse the joy in your heart. Even though the skies drizzle, your eyes can be bright. Just because it rains is no reason it should be gloomy. Life's struggle is hard enough at the best. So let us give every uplift possible. Personally, we would rather be a stepping stone on the road to progress than occupy a useless position as an ornament at the pinnacle where there is nothing to be done. Remember that life is not all song. There is much wrong in all of us, so be ready to give a lift where needed. Some dread, some lead dreary ways and toil beneath heavy loads. When we find one of our fellow men on the downward road, don't pass him with a gloomy frown. You may have troubles too, but he needs a smile from you. Say, brothers, lend a helping hand. Upon the side of weakness stand. Another's burden shared by you will give him courage new. The world has need of friendships true, so give a lift. This was written in 1926 by my darling mother, Garnet Bingham, when she was just a sophomore at the Critton High School in Grant County, Kentucky. It was a little literary magazine called 9 Stars, and I thought you might enjoy it this evening.
This world is not my home, I'm just a passing through. My treasures are laid up somewhere beyond the blue. The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, then Lord, what will I do? The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. up in glory land, we'll live eternally. The saints on every hand are shouting victory. Their song of sweetest praise drifts back from heaven's shore, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, then Lord, what will I do? The angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. And I can't feel at home in this world anymore.
There's a family Bible on the table. Its pages torn and hard to read, but this family Bible on the table will ever be my key to memories. At the end of the day when work was over, and when the evening meal was done, Dad would read to us from that family Bible, and we'd count our many blessings one by one. I can see us sitting round the table when from that family Bible Dad would read. I could hear my mother softly singing, Rock of Ages, Rock of Ages, cleft for me. This world is oh so full of trouble. This world would so much better be if we found more Bibles on the table, and Mother singing, Rock of Ages, cleft for me. I can see you sitting around the table when from that family Bible Dad would read. I could hear my mother softly singing, Rock of Ages, Rock of Ages, cleft for me. Rock of Ages, Rock of Ages, cleft for me.
There's a dark and a troubled side of life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side we also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all our way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Though the storm in its fury break today, crushing hopes we treasure so deep, storm and cloud will in time pass away. The sun again will shine bright and clear. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all our way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all our way if we keep on the sunny side of life. If we keep on the sunny side of life.
I've seen hard times, and I've been told there isn't anyone new that I've followed. Why do we suffer crossing off the years? There must be a reason for it all. I'm trusting in you, Jesus, to save me from my sins. Heaven is a place I call my home, but I keep on getting caught up in this world I'm living in, and your voice it sometimes fades before I know. Curtain brings my heart to you, crying with my need, depending on your love to carry me. Love that shed his blood for all the world to see. This must be the reason for it all. Curtain brings my heart to you, a fortress in a storm. But what I wrap my heart around is gone. I give my heart so easily to the ruler of this world, when the one who loves me most will give me all. All the things that cause me pain, you give me eyes to see. I do believe, but help my unbelief. I've seen hard times, and I've been told there is a reason for it all. There is a reason
woman one day, tried many physicians, but finally gave up in the Bible, you're told. But when she had heard, well, she came to Jesus. She found what she needed for her body and soul. Said if I can just touch the hem of his garment, if I could just touch one part of his robe, I know I'd be healed and my sins all forgiven. If I could just touch him, I know I'd be whole. Blind Bartimaeus sat by the wayside a begging, nobody to help him down life's weary road. But when Jesus passed by and he heard his sad crying, he reached out and touched him and healed him that day. Oh, if I could just touch the hem of his garment, if I could just touch one part of his robe, I know I'd be healed and my sins all forgiven. If I could just touch him, I know I'd be whole. One day as I sat by the wayside begging, nobody to help me down life's weary road. But when Jesus passed by and he heard my sad crying, he reached out and touched me and healed me that day. If I could just touch the hem of his garment, if I could just touch one part of his robe, I know I'd be healed and my sins all forgiven. If I could just touch him, I know I'd be whole. If I could just touch him, I know I'd be whole.